we don't make complaints to our stations, and if they play everything gangster gangster, or they might play something always calling the woman out of her name, using the B word. Well, we say play the old with the new with the old, for it becomes true school. So if you're playing, I don't care what music you're playing, if you're playing rock music, like Limp Bizkit or Korn, you still want to hear the Rolling Stones and the Beatles. If you're playing new reggae music or Sean Paul, any of those Shaggy and all that, you still want to hear Bob Marley along with that style of music. I don't care if it's old Arabic music or old or salsa music, play the old with the new with the old. So it's something about these programs is why is so many of the stations are being programmed to a certain style of music. Why is that? And if we say that we love all the different prophets and we love the great Supreme Force and all that, and we just sit there and we just complain, oh, they playing all that killing music, they playing all that hate music, and you don't get up and do something. Now the Prophet Muhammad and Esau or Jesus or Buddha and Confucius all got together and came here and they heard some of this music. They look at it, Jesus, did you hear that? Buddha, what you think about that? Oh, are they going to sit around there and do something? They're going to say, oh, ye do it, we are all gods, we coming to check you. So if we sit here and just, we don't like it, and don't do nothing about it, then we are to blame. So if somebody goes and shoot up your house, you are to blame because you ain't telling us, listen, we ain't saying censorship, but we want some of the different music play with this. Tupac could be as gangster as he want to be, but he also sang about their mama. So you have other records, heavy metal records that tell you, yeah, no, I'm going to say, I'm going to chill. Then you got other rock records that you feel that, oh, this makes me feel good, I can feel the vibration, I like this. So it's all up to you as a people to decide what you want to be played on your airwaves.
On continue avec les questions, je pense. Il y a quelqu'un devant. Vas-y, vas-y, bien sûr.
Hello. Hello, my name is Billy.
Plus fort, plus fort, plus fort.
Yes.
Si, c'est vrai. Bah...
Well, hi. I wanted to ask you about the beginning in hip hop when it gets introduced to the main American music scene and the struggle. So it seems like in the beginning there were war, so to get the sound more published and shared with the people around the world and in the start in US. And it seems like in the 90s till beginning of 2000, music is the main music. Like if you are in the chart of top 10, you're really like worth it. And today seems the mainstream, especially the hip hop scene, that it kind of got corrupted with the time and trying to circulate a lot of ideas and subliminal. So I just want to know your opinion about the evolution and the core in the lyrics surrounding hip-hop music.
You know, right now, for an artist to come, most of these artists that come out, it's just like they did the, what's the girl's name? The Spice Girls. I can hold an audition and say, I need 5 girls, right? I could get an audition and say, I need 4 or 5 guys. Now, I'm gonna write this music for you, I'm gonna put this music together. There's a big company that's backing this, because it's business. So there's a company that's gonna say, hey, we're gonna take pictures, we're gonna put these girls all over the place, we're gonna play their music everywhere, we're gonna give out free this, we're gonna do concerts here, and they're gonna promote and push those girls. At the end of the day, that's what it's been turning out lately. It's a machine behind an artist. When we started, it was artists who were being seen and people were like, wow, this is something new. We didn't have that push, but we still exist because we live the culture. And you know, it's classic, it's timeless. But where are your Spice Girls at? Everyone's doing something different. because they never were real artists. You know, they never. It was all about the machine. So a lot of MCs that come out today, that's what's happening. That machine that makes money. Okay, now that I spent $1 million, $5 million promoting, I'm gonna make 50 million back. It's business, and it's sad, but it's business.
Yeah, we had to struggle to make a demand to before we even got put on vinyls or record labels. They used to say this was going to be a fad.
Yeah.
Many of the groups in the 60s used to be polished, put together. This is how you used to see why Diana Ross and the Supremes always look so extravagant. And most girl groups today still follow that pattern of what Diana Ross and the Supremes has put out. Most of still follow, they want to be rock bad guys, they want to still follow the Rolling Stones. Or if they want to be some of the good guys, they still want to follow different ways how the Beatles and other different groups that came out. So it's how they use the polish the groups and labels and stuff, you know. It's called promotion, and then that's why some of the groups be crying of, oh wait, I ain't getting a good paycheck now. Oh, we just put you on posters.
We got to make that money back first.
Yeah, then
you get your little bit of money.
That's right.
It's business.
So people that know it's all about commerce, and that's how they control you. You might have 4 big records before you start getting some power to say who you are. Remember, when Prince, when they stole his name, he put the slave on his face. Then they said, "We got you, Prince. What you gonna do now?" He said, "You really think you got me?" And he said, "Yeah, we got you now. We got your name, and what you gonna do?" So he said, he became an artist formerly known as Prince, and then he became a symbol. So it jacked him up. And then they said, "Man, how are we gonna stop this guy? He still always won good music." So he had to go and make an album for them. So he made a terrible rock record and gave it to them. And everybody said, "Oh, Prince is washed up." So once they let him go, then he came back with that hard funk that everybody just jumped back, Black Sweat, what the Prince talking about? And they started following Prince again. Then he got back his name and took control of this thing. Then he don't do no more contract. Then he shook hands. See, you got to watch a lot of you artists who are coming out today and all over the world. Watch what's putting in your contract. Because now they're not talking about just for earth. They're using words like perpetuity, meaning forever, 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 and ever, and later for your family and any family that's coming down. And they're saying for anything that's made now and forever. They used to put in some of my agreements today, so about, yeah, man, but we want you for the universe. I said, oh, yeah? Please bring me the extraterrestrials from Mars, Venus, Jupiter, all these planets to sit down with me so they can show me how they're going to push my music, otherwise get that crap out of my contract. So most people, we would just want a record deal, and you sell your soul and just get in there and say, boom. So now you control forever. They control everything, how you look, how you talk, how you walk, and you ain't got no type of power, force, and status. It's all about your power, your force, and your status when you're dealing with the industry and when you're dealing with the recording artist contracts or agreements and licenses. Yes, sir.
On a une petite question là tout devant et après en fait vous levez la main et on vous fera ramener le micro jusqu'à vous.
Okay. So I just wanted to say that it's a pleasure to have you guys here tonight and to judge upon or follow up on the fact that rap or hip-hop started as a community thing, and I think that basically made you guys like push your word out to everyone else. How do you guys feel that now hip-hop and rap has become more of industry driven and more money hungry, and rappers became more money hungry and only producing music and pushing out music just for the money?
To me, I mean, like I said, it's a business and it's sad, but that's what benefits us as pioneers to continue on teaching and showing. It's a never-ending job for us. So for me, I like it. Everybody else can sell out and do what they want, but I mean, we continue, and it's a beautiful path because teaching people and showing people different ways and how to get about and receiving and them being able to really appreciate who they are. It's a great fulfillment. You know, it's a phenomenal thing. It's sad, but it's business. It is money. Because when we first started, it wasn't about the money. We did it because we liked it, and we got popular, got girls, got music, got food. Everybody was able to get together and have a great time. That's how it started. Then somebody said, "Yo, we can make a lot of money from this." Sylvia Robinson, Sugar Hill Gang. 3 guys who never rapped, and what happened? One worked at a pizza shop, my ex-manager, Big Bang Hank. One the Mike, Master G, who came up out of just because they know Sylvia's sons. 3 guys. We're going to put this music together. You guys can write your own raps. Big Bang Hank went to my friend, Grandmaster Cass, said, "I need some rhymes." Bam. Here you got. Biggest record of hip-hop of all time. And they weren't rappers. You see what I'm saying? It's sad, but it's business, and it's a never-ending job for us. We keep teaching, keep spreading the word, I feel like Moses, it's something that you do. It's non-stop, and it's always going to continue. And to listen to a guy like this man play records is the most incredible thing ever. And I've known him for so long, and I'm still like, damn, you know? So, I mean, like I said, once he ceases to exist, who takes the place of this? Who continues? Who's the torch gets passed on to? Like my DJ, the inventor of Scratch, Grand Wizard Theodore. You know, he invented Scratch. And he just travels around the world just scratching. He doesn't have to battle. He ain't got to play music. He just does exposition. What they call that?
Expo.
You know, yeah. He just basically goes and shows people the different forms of scratch, and it works for rain and stuff like that. Simple things. But once he's gone, what's going to happen? You got guys who are battle DJs and, you know, guys who think that they could play this, that, and the other, try to mix. Hopefully, you know, there will be more phenomenal DJs. There's a lot of DJs out there getting $20,000 a set, and their music is horrible. But they're playing. They know the right people. They're playing the big gigs. They, you know, they're doing the Red Bull parties and this, that, and the other. And hey, so right here you got 100% pure, uncut hip hop.
Just like a quick follow-up question.
Okay.
Is there any disappointment for the both of you on the shift of how hip-hop went from peace, pure, and positivity to the negative and violent atmosphere that is currently hip-hop and rap?
Well, most people keep thinking that it just shifts like that. That's what I say. It keeps going back down to what you're hearing on your radio stations by the program directors, because there's still a lot of people that's dealing with peace, unity, love, and having fun music. I mean, we got a sister, you can look her up by the name of Saroc, S-A-R-O-C, who's coming out of Atlanta, Georgia. And there's a lot of other sisters and brothers who are doing knowledge music. Some called God Hot, a brother named Intellect. And then you got others who are doing it just shake your booty, get down, let's rock the house. Then you got others who, you know, who just want to be gangsters and doing it just for the money. So there's a lot of good vibrations still out there. That's why many people are turning to internet radio stations or satellite radio stations where they hear that particular category of music that they want to hear. But the program directors are programming on these major radio stations are exactly what they want to push to use with commerce. And I'm saying anybody that gets into the music industry or any type of industry that you get into, study the laws. Don't go in there blind, deaf, and dumb. Understand that it's about publishing. It's about copyrights. It's about licenses. It's about agreements. It's about contracts. No, mostly anybody that gets into an industry, when you get with somebody that's controlling it, it's all about commerce. There's always going to be money. They love you if you go in there and you say, it's not all about the money, you know, I just want to make music and have fun. They be happy, oh yeah, no problem. Then they check what you really like and then they try to give it to you. That's why we have so many of our artists who fell victim to drugs, or they got crazy out, they got, you know, wild out and everything and lost so much money and had to fight years to come down the line and try to get their money back. So I'm just saying, study the law. It's very important to study the law, study the industry that you're getting in before you step into it.
va donner la parole à ceux qui n'ont pas encore parlé déjà. Ah, vous posez une question. Ok, bah vas-y, monsieur. Approche le micro quand même.
What are your thoughts on material theology?
Biggie Biggs. Big, I mean, he was a great rapper. I mean, he really was a great rapper. Unfortunately, he fell into that East Coast, West Coast thing with Bad Boy and Death Row. And to be honest, I think all of that, well, that's a whole big story, but it's just sad. That was sad what happened to him, and it was sad what happened to Tupac, because I don't think all of that trap rapping and stuff would exist if those two guys were still here, because they were rappers. They rocked. They rapped from here and here, not just from here.
Well, I want to just play for you, because many people don't get to hear many other different styles of hip hop. You are programmed to hear what you always hear on the radio station. And coming out of Washington, D.C., this is another style of our cousins, what they call go-go, which also was doing hip hop at the time. That's what they would call like chant style rapping. It might not be a bunch of lyrics before they get into the lyrics. They just chant. And the audience all of response. And then if you go further down south, which they took a lot from the electro funk that we was doing in New York, and then they decided to recall it Miami bass, and the others was called it EDM, and all this jungle and all the other different types. Came this style. Some of the different categories.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm very honored to see you in Morocco. I have a question. It's about a song by Simon and Garfunkel. It's called "The Sound of Silence," and there's a sentence which says, "Words of a prophet are written on the subway walls and tenement halls." Are they talking about graffiti or tag, and just writing your name? And another question for the public. Who knows who is UW05?
Who knows who's what?
UW05. I see that everywhere. I was just wondering.
Wu-Tang. Wu.
Oh, that's
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. That's Wu. Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
That's Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
UW05 is the team of Casablanca, one of the team. With that. The red
Common
person.
graffiti that just comes back. A few neighborhoods. I think that question was more to the public. George, the first one, if you can have, is the Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, man.
Knock yourselves out.
The words of a prophet are written on the, because it was in the 60s, so I was wondering if it was, they're talking about graffiti or that.
That's cool. Yeah. Words of prophet written on the wall. 60s.
I'm over Cecilia and Bridge Over Troubled Waters. That, I gotta look that one up, so that might have slipped my mind.
Well,
Words
no,
of
he was
prophet.
saying that they
Talking
had a
about the
line in
prophet.
one of the songs
Yeah.
that the prophet, the words are written on walls, subway walls, and hallway walls. So is he talking about graffiti?
Yeah, that's what I said. I have to go back and hear the song.
Yeah, you have to hear the song. It's written. If it's written, it's graffiti, right? It's been written. Because ain't nothing else on subway walls and halls but graffiti. So 9 times out of 10, I would say it is.
Hello, I have one question. I want to talk about Grand Wizard Theodore.
Yes.
I want to have his news.
His news?
Yeah.
I mean, he's still traveling, just like, you know.
Scratching.
Oh yeah, he's still.
Yeah.
Yes. He's doing so much. He's still traveling all over the world, and he's like exhibitions everywhere he goes. I think right now he's DJing for. I'm not sure. I think Rakim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he wants suicide yesterday.
Suicide. What do you mean?
That. Facebook. I read Facebook.
Rakim. No, Rakim.
I don't speak very well
Okay.
English.
Okay. You speak better than I speak.
Rakim, yeah, can I talk?
Okay, maybe apparently, according to social media, he attempted suicide yesterday.
Ew.
I don't know how
That's how I say it.
accurately reliable that is.
Yeah, it's social media.
Part of that.
I hope not, because Rakim is a great artist. He has no reason to want to leave this earth early. You know, so oh yes. We're friends with a lot of art. We're friends with a lot of artists, and we're you know.
Mr. Afrika Bambaataa,
Yes,
excuse me
sir.
for this question. Now, what's your religion now?
My religion is still the same religion as it's always been. Religion of the all, whether it be Islam and the rest of them that we put together under our International Indigenous Society, or all religions of God and faith. But Islam is definitely my religion, but I also respect every single other one that's out there. So I have no problem, because in the good book it says God had many mansions. So I have no problem stepping into the rosters, or stepping into a Hebrew Israelite, or stepping into a Buddha or Hindu place. When I go all over the earth, I visit all different temples and religious persuasions, because this Islam, they tell you to learn from the cradle to the grave. So I'm going every place to get that learning. Yes, sir.
Okay.
What about Kid Force? The Raza.
Kid Force.
Oh, yeah, he beat cancer. You know, like last time, my Mexican friend, he's a good guy. We did a lot of records together. He's still working. You know, his son, a beast. He has his son rapping now. His son's a monster. I think he did something with Snoop Dogg, and yeah, Ross is still working.
I just want to, this last 2 songs to play for you quick, just to show you how vast hip-hop has stretched out to different other fields of music, or music that you do that might have been a different other style of music could become a great beat in hip-hop. But this one dealing with classical good music back in the day was because you watched cartoons like Bugs Bunny, the Road Runner. They was playing that classical music. Now this just showing you other fields of people doing hip-hop music. And we take you back to 1971 in Morocco, Habibi doing a rock song called All Right Now, and it was a break beat that many people use today. He lives in France? Yeah. All right. That's 1971. Well, Habibi funk. You'd be amazed of the music that's out there. And we got these jive people on these radio stations just playing the same music over and over and over again when you have so much of this fast music for the people that they could be listening to. Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So, first of all, I would like to thank you for coming to Morocco.
Thank you.
And bestowing your knowledge on us, because a lot of people here in Morocco, they got into the hip hop culture without being schooled and knowing exactly how it came about and the origins of hip hop. So, thank you very much for coming and enlighten us.
It's an honor.
Secondly, we have Morocco has rap music from centuries ago, which is called Malhoun, and maybe it's something that you guys would discover during your stay here in Morocco. And it's a street. They just talk. And there is a background music. And this music has not changed since the 9th century. Why? Because there is the new always comes to the old and respects the old. You know, there is always a continuity. Now, my question to you is hip hop or rap or the whole thing, you know, like the new rappers, and since you guys are founders, do they come to you, or is there a link, or is just who has the money talks louder?
The record companies, if they want something, they'll come for us. But the artists, they won't. They'll give props, but no.
Just props.
It's not. I wish it was that way, because then we wouldn't. Well, then we wouldn't be here. But
Exactly.
you know, the job is different it would be different for us, but not as much as they should. As I think Totally not. And you got a lot of artists that they'll come up, yo, I want you on this next album, on my project, this, that, and the other. They're humble, they'll see you and want you on their project. But then again, you know, your company didn't call my company, so I guess you didn't really want it that bad, but it was in your heart, so get an A for effort.
Alors, juste pour vous prévenir, on va essayer de boucler rapidement. Voilà, je voulais juste privilégier ceux qui n'ont pas encore parlé déjà et ceux qui lèvent la main depuis tout à l'heure. Donc on va vous faire passer tous les trois. Et après, si vraiment votre question n'a pas été couverte, on fera peut-être une exception. Mais en tout cas, merci d'être venu et c'était très sympa de votre part.
This question is directed to Mr. Lance Taylor. Back in 1982, you were in a group.
First, who was you talking to, brother?
Lance Taylor.
That's not my name.
That's
brother.
your name.
That's not my name.
Well, what's your name?
My name is Bambaataa.
Afrika Bambaataa. No, I'm talking about your birth name.
No, that's not my birth name either.
What's your birth name?
See, you got to remember, all the people who thought they had those birth names, it's not the indigenous names that they was come from their nationality. So those other names that was given to our people by other people who came as owners or colonizers of the people. So my name is what my name is, the indigenous name.
Mr. Afrika Bambaataa.
Yes, sir.
Back in 1982, you and a group of artists, DJs and dancers went on the first hip-hop tour outside of the United States. You saw that it would expand the horizons for the legendary Zulu Nation, and it will promote hip-hop culture and its values throughout the whole globe. I just want a brief storyline of how did it all happen, the whole process.
Very long story. Well, it took a lot of organizing in the street, brother, and giving honest to what came before us with the soul and the R&B and you know what was people doing at the time with their poetry, rap, or the different styles of that was happening at that time. But organizing, trying to calm down a lot of the violence, trying to speak to sisters and brothers to do stuff for the community. Like I said, many of the groups that I mentioned before, from Black Panther, Young Lord Party and all that, seeing what came before you, understanding the struggles that we go through as the people, all this played a big role in waking up the minds that was in my mind and Grandmaster Flash, Kuhurk, and many of the other pioneers that was out there to come about to do this style of what we call hip-hop, to make as a culture movement today, to spread itself all over to other places all around the earth, where people have went through the same struggles in Palestine, or whether it's in Israel, whether it's in the ghettos of La France, all over in the ghettos and stuff of Africa, in Asia. You know, so many people, they never even had problems like that, but they felt the rhythm and the vibrations of what we was doing. And many, when I used to go to these different countries, they used to say, oh, you know, they be rapping in English. I said, no, you know, get the vibration of what's happening in your own country. Speak about your own social ills or problems, or whatever fun you want to speak about. And many in Germany and other places, they thought they couldn't do it, said it sounds ugly, whatever. But after a while, now you got people with their own rights in France, over here in Morocco, over in South Africa, over in Japan and stuff. So look at the beautifulness that now that many people are doing in their own languages and their own culture, and even interacting different words of different other type of cultures into theirs. That's what makes the beautiful of all this.
When I met Kid Frost, who's Mexican and who did La Raza, he was rapping in English. Now, we did a Cinco de Mayo show in California, 86, I think it was. And I did a remake of Oye Como Va, Santana's Oye Como Va, and I did a Spanglish version called Listen to How It Goes. And, you know, I did my Spanish stuff, I had my dancers, and when I saw his show, I'm like, how come you never did anything in Spanish? I mean, you Mexican, yo. You need to, like, and he thought about it, and when I lived in Hollywood, in this one building, it was a lot of artists, but they weren't artists at the time. But it was me, Grandmaster Cass, Special K from Treacherous 3, and then you had Muggs from Cypress Hill, all in the same, like on the same floor. It was a nice little place in Hollywood. And Frost came by one day, and I was kind of busy. I ain't gonna tell you what I was doing, but he said, yo, I got this song, I want you to hear it. And he played the track for La Raza. I said, yo, dude, that's your hit right there. And here it is, and this guy, to this day, that was his, I mean, nobody was even thinking about doing anything in Spanish. And we're talking California, which is like 80% Mexican. You know what I mean? It was Mexico. And so that's like the way it is. I mean, bottom line, the cultures that I remember when Wild Style went to Japan, they had no clue of what hit them. And when we came back again, they were wearing Kangos and Adidas and Pumas. You know what I'm saying? They had the gazelles on and everything. And that's just a mark we left. So, I mean, the fact that everybody's doing things in their own culture, that's the beauty of the whole, that's the whole beauty of the whole communication. It's communicating with your people, you know? And the fact that we were able to be involved with something, to start something like that, is a phenomenal thing. And that's what makes it, like I said, continue to do this. Because without that, I don't know what I would have been. You know, I might have been a lawyer, a doctor, I don't know. But I became an MC, and to this day, I mean, you know, travel the world, God knows how many times, you know, and that's a blessing. That's because of what we believe in, and that's our music. And the people. The people.
So my question